Hey guys, this is the split tone template tutorial. One of our newer, just kind of more simple templates. It's got this nice little gradient where you can kind of split up the team colors here, introduce some more colors over here. Got this text here that you can kind of fade in or as I'll show you later, have extend all the way to the bottom. Just some kind of like a modern yet classic look. Anyway, we'll kind of get right into it. So you see here, we just have the name at the bottom. Very simple layout, nothing crazy. Just you can use solid color or a gradient overlay. We can get in here and play with it shortly and show you. It has a little drop shadow you can turn on and off. Next, obviously, is just your subject, with just a drop shadow behind them that you can adjust if you need to. Then the team text over here on the side, and then some of the background elements here. One of my biggest complaints that I get is I don't use the jersey number a lot in my templates. Feel free to go in and add them yourself. Very, very, very simple to do, but in this one I did include it. So you have that here. Anyway, let's just get started. I'm going to swap out this player with somebody from a youth baseball team. So I'm going to grab my move tool. I have auto select on, so I can just click him. It automatically goes to his layer here. I'm just going to drag this young dude over. Let's blow it up a little bit. Let's see, I'm just going to turn him just a hair. I'll keep it right there. Alright, I'm going to cut the sample image off. And I will be sampling colors just from his jersey here. So it's just a light blue and a navy blue. So first things first, I'm just going to come over to this text. I'm going to double click it. It's going to highlight the entire thing. They are called Thunder. And I forgot to spell all of a sudden. So I'm going to click that there. Double click the school or the organization name. Lake Norman. This is a travel team from the area I live in. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. I want to grab that. My auto select's on, so I want to wait till that rectangle shows up around it. I'm going to click it and just hold shift so it doesn't go all over the place. I'm just going to drag it up a little. Now I'm going to use my arrow keys just to kind of notch it in right where I want it. Right now I'm going to double click the soccer and say baseball. Nice. I'm going to keep it there. I'm actually going to make the whole thing bigger, or you can kind of leave it smaller. So I'm just going to click the entire folder over here, the team text, Command or Control T, and that's where you can just make it real small if you want, or you can just blow it up. So I'm going to keep it about right there. Again, if I was doing this for a client or for the team, I'd probably spend a little more time and just nitpick it to death, but we're just going to do it real quick for tutorial purposes. Also drag the entire thing kind of towards the bottom if you wanted. I feel like that's kind of throws the balance off personally, so I'm just going to keep it here at the top. Alright, so next let's go in this back, this wording in the back. Let me show you some of that. I'm going to close everything up. I want to open up the background. That is a smart layer, so please be familiar with the smart layer. So we're going to open up this, the background text, and then, then you will see this folder that's do not edit. That's just all the copies. So we're just going to edit this top one here that's kind of going off the document. So we're going to double click right there. And then I'm going to highlight all of that by double clicking in there with the text tool. Thunder, or you can put a slogan there, whatever you want to type in there. Alright, so we're going to keep that. I'm going to do Command or Control S to save that. I don't think that worked. Sorry, I had a fat finger there. Right, I want to shut that down, and as you see, it put it in here. So what's cool about this, you see I have this gradient here on the mask. Hold shift and click it if you want, and it'll kind of extend all the way down. So we can do that here, or you can just, click the mask again and it'll put that mask back on it. So again, if you want to hide that mask and have this wording back here extend all the way down, just click that. And there you go. Alright, so now we have, and we'll play with the colors here in a minute, but as you can see we have a stroke which kind of does a line around it, or a drop shadow, or you can turn it all off and just do color variations and just kind of make it very subtle. Same with the drop shadow, you can double click that. You can get in here and really just lower the opacity if you want, just have it real subtle. Or change the distance and the size, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to click cancel here. Alright, so he is actually number 3, so we're going to keep that 3 here, but my auto select's still on. I clicked it and opened it up over here, so you can always change that if you want, or if you want, you can hide that and turn on, just put a team logo in there. If your athletes do not have jersey numbers, or if you don't want to use jersey numbers. So you can use a logo, or a number, or a little bit of both if you wanted, really. If you wanted to kind of change the colors of them. Let's add a drop shadow to that number. However you'd want to do it. Just get in here, play around. Same thing with the background color. That little circle color, sorry. I'm going to double click in here, and as you can see, there's solid color or a gradient. I'm going to keep it solid. I'll show you how to use gradients once we get to this background. For now, I think I'm going to just pick, let's just pick this dark blue here in his hat. Alright, again, how I did that is I double click color overlay and I tap that color swatch here, and automatically that eyedropper comes up and I just grab the blue out of his hat. I'm actually, while we're here, I'm going to do Command or Control C and copy that dark blue. I like uniformity as far as colors, so I'm going to use that dark blue somewhere else, I think. And honestly, I'll probably go in and change some of this here in a minute. Anyway, so the stripes, I see stripes in the background. Same thing, you can do just solid color or a gradient. I like doing a gradient so it kind of fades into this other color on the side. But you know what? Let's first just kind of go into the background. Alright, so again, you can do a solid color or a gradient. I prefer the gradient with this look. If you want something simpler, everything we have here that has a gradient, obviously you can turn it off and just do it solid colors. Pretty cool. Alright, so I want to keep this. I'm going to double click this gradient. I want to have everything just right. Whoops, 170. Let's change that to 170. It's just off by 0.2 degrees. Nobody would have noticed. I keep everything off at about a 10-degree slant. Even the gradient itself, so it's kind of like through here, as you can see. Kind of matching the angle of these lines and the bend of this text and this little text back here. Alright, so I'm going to double click inside this gradient color box. You can see we're going from this like grayish green to an orange. If you want, you can kind of play with that even more. I liked it about where it was, so feel free to move these around. Alright, so I'm going to click this dark green or gray. I want to Command or Control V to paste that blue back in there, or you can use that eyedropper again. Say OK. Now I want to zoom in. Sorry. Say OK. Now I'm going to zoom in so I can grab this light blue. I'm going to double click that gradient again. Double click this again. I'm going to double click this orange. Sorry, it's already popped up. And I'm going to grab this light blue here. And there we have it. That is our background now. Let me zoom out. See if we like it. So with that said, now with this circle, I think I'm going to change it. Let's see. Do I want to do white? We'll change it to that blue. And again, I might change it again because now we're going to go in and play with these stripes. All right, so right here in the stripes, I'm going to double click that color gradient. Click in here. Let's see. So I want it to do kind of what it's doing here. I want it to start off with this light blue. Whoops, wrong side. Double click that orange. I want to have it start off with this light blue. And it's going to fade out into kind of whatever's in between the two right here. So I'm going to kind of click right in here. So it almost looks like it's kind of going invisible. All right. There we have that. Let's see here. Now let's play with this background text. Gradient overlay. I kind of do it just like I do these stripes. I want to click in here. I want to click the lighter orange. And I'm going to grab like this blue here. Sorry, let's grab this blue. This is a Photoshop bug and it drives me nuts. So I'm going to close that down and click that color again. Now click this blue. It's still doing it. So I'm going to say okay. I'm just going to click another layer. Come back in here. Double click that overlay. Click this white again. There it goes. That is a Photoshop bug. Nothing with the template. I'm not sure. I hope they would get that fixed soon. Alright, anyway, I'll say okay. I want to click this one. Grab this. I'm going to grab this color that is fading to here. And I'm going to get it. Whoops, sorry. Just lighten it just a little. Let's see what that does. Because what I want to do is actually turn this drop shadow off. See how it's just a very subtle in the background. So now I want to play with these colors just a little more. Like right there. And then I want to change this lighter blue as well. Just want to make it a little bit darker. Like that. And then again, you can kind of play with the gradient if you want. You can spread them out. Whoops, sorry. Like that. You can spread them out a little more. Let's see. There. Yeah, just grab these little boxes, slide them around till you like it. I think I'm just going to keep it there. Again, I turned the shadow off. You can keep it on. Again, I have the stroke in here if you wanted to add something like that. Or pick any of the other layer effects. But this is what's included with the template here. Alright. Let's play with, this is pretty much it. You can change the color of these texts if you would like. I'm going to play with this thing some more. I'm trying to decide what color I want to do. Let's see if we changed it back to that blue. Or white. No. Like the darker blue. I want to put that back in there and I'll keep the lettering white if you want. Obviously you can go in here, grab your text tool, click that 3, Command or Control A. You can get here and play with that too if you want. Actually, we'll keep that at the light blue. I like that. Alright, so it's kind of two-dimensional as far as color. I like that. But yeah, that's really it. You can come in here. Here, let's play just to show you. I'm double-clicking baseball here with my text tool. Let's change that to like the navy. I don't really care for that. I want to Command or Control Z to undo that. But anyway, that's how you do it if you want to. And yeah, we'll just keep it there. Double click the name. You can do, I'm just making up a name here. He's obviously not a senior in high school, so if you wanted, you could always just remove that altogether or put a position there, like picture, whatever you'd want to do. So that's really it. This is a very simple template, but at the same time, I think it's, pretty cool. Turning heads. Oh, one more thing I was going to show you. So on the subject folder, you see how the mask is hidden, just like we're doing with this text here in the background. You can click that, and it would add like a fade in if you wanted more text down here. It's just optional. I usually will fade in my subjects on most of my templates, but for this one I like them just to extend and just kind of cut off at the bottom of it. Just looks a little better. So that's it with this one. If you have any questions about it, feel free to contact me, and I'll help you as much as I can. All right, thanks guys.